dudes, we have currently 9 League SBC runs done of the mix right now. This video / live stream is going to go over kind of what this grind is getting us after we're done making the pack. So, as always, if you guys haven't seen our mix grind, it's on the channel. I can put it in the description. But we're going to finish this 10th run. I got it preloaded. I was doing it on Pale Tools earlier. But you're going to see on a day-to-day basis all the stuff we still have. So, even though we used a decent chunk of the cards in our club, we have, I believe, 130 bronze upgrades. So putting 11 bronze players from BPM into those packs is still open. We have all the tradable and untradeable packs from these. They only have yet to open. We're also saving the final pack in the mixed, so we're not getting all these packs. And then we can recycle into more silver upgrades, gold upgrades, 80 plus times 2s. We got a ton of stuff that we'll get in this, plus all dailies and stuff like that as well. So let's see, with 10 runs, realistically what this can get us. Come on, baby. All right, let's load this bad boy up. Thanks for your advice. I'm going to track it and see how it goes. Yeah, let me know how it goes. I'm excited to see. Yeah, my whole goal, just to kind of be clear with you guys, when you ever see me make a menu video or we go over menu stuff on stream, two different things. My goal is, one, to get you to understand kind of the basics of a grind, but then to be able to grow from it. So if you can understand the basic core principles of any grind and then build from it, a lot of you guys will be able to scale to way more than you can imagine. But also, too, another way I want you to look at this game is think backwards, right? Every single year, we have this bad habit on my account where we'll have millions of coins left by the end of the year that we just wasted, and they don't carry over because we were being too cautious with our coins. Think back to like when we get exchanges. Think back to when the end of the year we have the footies grind with the unlimited 85 plus times 10s. Obviously, I'm not telling you to wait for that, but think in that perspective of like, okay, those last kind of few months of the game, there's already a really easy unlimited grind. Kind of during Team of the Season, we have a crazy grind too, but I'd like to have some coins. Really, Team of the Year is the biggest promo in the meantime that usually people are building towards, want to have coins for, and want to have packs for. Outside of that, like, we just have all these leftover coins and stuff we can use. So, like, for me, I'm enjoying spamming these League SBCs before we get to Team of the Year, saving the best packs possible, but then opening a lot of these low-end ones and still getting a lot of walkouts, getting a lot of informs, getting a lot of promo cards, and enjoying every promo in the process. All right, there's the first one. Nothing crazy in that. League SBC cards. You should rehearse for when the coin sponsors drop, bud. Try saving for the cheapest and safest FC coins. I can't say the name of the website that we get. I can't promote one before we have a deal. That would just not be good. All right, we got a Sud. Let's go. I'm just going to chuck all my duplicates into the dupe storage. And again, reminder, the way I deal with my dupes... Oh, wait. I just called myself out. Yeah, I should be opening the tradable packs first, because I'm personally club stocking as many of the tradable silvers as I can. So if you're opening the tradable League SBC ones first, you can store those if you don't want to sell it instantly. And then all the untradeable dupes, if you already have a tradable one in your club, great, it goes to your dupe storage. If not, it's an untradeable that goes to your club and you can pull it anyways. Is that a tradable inform? Already. W, man. Already making coins. Let's go. All right, how much are these right now? 12K? We'll take that. Beautiful. Gary, what's up, buddy? Guys, how many packs have you saved for Team of the Year at the moment? We're at probably 160, 170 of the 250 to 300 packs that we currently have that are going to be saved. Sky here, is anyone else still doing fluctuation trading on libs and suds still? Just selling for less now? Yeah, as we get closer to the end of this SBC set, going away on Thursday, the coins will probably get lower and lower in terms of the back and forth shifts. But it could also do the opposite. It could be people freaking out that it's not going to come back and want to get as many in, and the price goes up. You just kind of have to ride the fluctuations. But still, we were picking up a lot of lib and suds earlier for 1,200 coins. We're doing BPM earlier when they were 1,200 coins on bid. And we're selling a lot now for 1,400, 1,500-ish. So even if they don't get to as high as the usual like 18 to 2K that we were seeing earlier last week, if they get to 1,700, even 1,600, that's still 400 coins a piece. Coins cannot get any lower. How many coins are you currently on, bud? All right, let's keep opening this. You can pick up for 1.2 and lazy for 1.6. Yes, you guys got to remember too, one of the best methods with lib and suds in general is lazy listing. When we talk about that method, we're not saying like, oh, you're going to go in and the buy now, you're going to buy them when they're not selling for said price, and then they're going to list them on the market when they insta-sell at this price. That's never really the method. The method is picking them up when they're usually the cheapest during the day on average and having them rise into the evening, which today they still have done. They're just not rising as high as we're used to. It's still profit, but not as much profit as we're used to. But it'll be interesting tomorrow to see, do they get lower than we're used to seeing too. Yeah, any price point you can pick up under the buy now and lazy list. That's still a fact. All right, more League SBC cards. Beautiful. We'll chuck these up. If it's a non-League SBC card, I'm just going to compare price real quick. Even if it is a League SBC card. Dude, the Bundesliga 2 prices have dropped. They're no longer going for $250. A lot of them. Which is good for making it even cheaper. But in terms of the flippability on those aren't going to be as fun to bid and flip on for $150 and selling for $250. You could still do it with a ton. You just might have a little less success. Here is another Student Americana card. So that one has a 1,500 by now. I'm going to lazy list for 16. Get that to sell. More League SBC cards. W. I'll just chuck those up too. What price you picking up Team of the Weeks? I have all the Team of the Weeks already in my club from previous weeks from basically min price. The ones that I don't have, I'm currently picking up under 12K. So I got some for 10.75 and 11K. But I believe what all informs are right now currently like 12K within the hour, I think. So like here's another example. Silver rare. Having the rarity to it's going to get it to sell quicker usually too. These silver prices are upsetting me very greatly, man. Give us good daily SBCs again. Do you track your runs? How many runs of the normal mix you can do after BPM and bronze upgrades? Yes and no. We track in a few different ways. We can see how many times we've completed an SBC on Pale Tools for the time it's been out. We'll see with the amount of safe packs we have, on average, how many League SBC runs we've done. We can't make it perfect because obviously the final pack in the mix you get in the Prem La Liga section of the premium. So that will be added in too. But if we're saving each one, we can subtract that total from the prime gold number. And it should relatively equate to what we're looking at. Again, though, I don't sit there and do just BPM. So it wouldn't be worth it for me to just do BPM and see how many we can do. I purposely club stock basically everything in my club. Flip a bunch of dupes for pure profit before we even start BPM. That way when we're starting BPM, any card that we don't have, we're still packing. But most things we're already getting duplicates and flipping for coins in the front end. Does that make sense? So more than tracking like how many runs we could potentially do, I try to position myself to do at least probably 10 a day would be the goal. All right, we'll chuck those in the club. Championship card, we'll list for 200. How do you decide whether to do BPM or buy off the market for SBC runs? I don't. I do both together. Not one or the other. An indicator that I might be low, if I see I'm no longer having cards from a certain league, that might be a thing to go start that process over again, or at least starting to refill a little bit. You don't have to necessarily get to 0 for it to work. Like, I could sit there and potentially, let's give an example. I just did 10 League SBC runs today. We did our 10th run on stream right now. We're opening the packs. After I'm done with this, if I go in for an 11th and I'm noticing I'm extremely low on gold MLS cards, I might go in there and buy like 5 to 10 off the market, either on bid or buy now, that I don't have, and club stock them while spamming some BPM. If I see like the Saudi League I'm super low on, but Romanians I still have every single one, I'll go in and buy now some Saudis, flip them for maybe 50 coins profit a piece for the ones that I already have, and then I'll spam BPM to get the rest. Yes and no, Mumbo's favorite answer, along with I do both. Oh, well, it's true though. Usually it's not one or the other. It's usually both. Fonzo, what's up, buddy? This pisses me off so much. Nothing makes me more upset than quick selling gold commons when in previous years, not last year, but the year before and like every year before that, with repeatables on Mondays, these would be like a guaranteed 450, 500 coins. But now they're just useless. All right. Sweet. And again, I'm putting all these tradable cards on my club because I'm club stocking this way for Black Friday. Black Friday, we get a bunch of different ratings of SBCs, a bunch of different card types needed, some gold, sometimes a full rare squad, sometimes only silvers, sometimes minimum of gold, sometimes a minimum rating. So we don't know exactly what we'd get on Black Friday. We usually get some good packs though at the end of it. So getting a little bit of everything doesn't hurt. And you can buy hand if you wanted to bid on everything, you could, but I find just getting them through League SBCs works just as good as well. He says yes and no when it makes absolutely no sense to. What? Maybe some, but that would have made perfect sense. Which one? What about that made no sense to say it to? He asks when I decide whether to do BPM or to buy off the market, but we do both continuously together. Live sub prices are cheaper, that it's almost worth just full sending premiums nonstop. My rule of thumb is if they get anywhere where you can pick them up for 1,000, it's usually worth it. But yeah, you could if you wanted to. That's one of the logics that makes really good sense of like, as an investment, picking those up. If they get cheaper and cheaper, it's not a bad thing because you can do more premium runs, but the more expensive you get the investment in your club, makes more sense too. Picked a bunch of this morning at bid at 1,000. Silvers or bronzes, bud? All right, final tradable of this 10 League SBC run. We'll go to Pale Tools at some point because I'm not going to sit here and open 130 of these bronze upgrades on here. That would take like 10 hours. All right, we'll do premium next, then we'll do the Electrums. Come on, can we get a promo card again today? Got a few the other day. Both rares and non-rares? Nice. When did you find it was best for you to do that? Lib untradeable there. Try tonight, picking all up for 1,400, so 15,400 for the whole squad for Lib and Sud. I can repeat the other segments. In worst case, you lose 5K if you pack almost nothing. And like, that's the sort of thing too, where once you got another Lib untradeable, let's go. One of the cool things is the more coins you have, that's a risk potentially worth taking. If you're used to prices of Lib and Suds being really high and they're cheap for a period of time and it's not guaranteed profit, but it minimizes your risk for that section, and you can run through and do like 10 to 15 premiums when you're used to doing maybe 10 to 15 every few days. I'd 100% go for it. Especially if you know where to make those coins back in other areas. What is your max on stocking players? Another lib. Let's go. My max on stocking players is the ceiling. If I have every card, that's the most I can do. What I'll usually do is for a league, if everything's grayed out on Pale Tools and I'm going page to page and I'm like 10 to 15 pages in, there's nothing I don't have. At that point, it's like, all right, I'm probably pretty good. But also, too, I'll kind of count each league. And if I have enough to do like 20 plus runs, usually that's a good sign as well. Speaking of menus being absolutely crap and taking forever, me saying going to Pale Tools for the bronze upgrades. Is EA kicking us off already? 9 to 10 a.m. UK time is the best time. All right, let's keep opening. Come on. I'm doing a lot of gameplay still, so that's getting me match coins, and the rest I do like BPM on the train to work, selling all the lib suds, and grinding the mix through that. Yeah, that's not a bad shout. Especially if you guys are like AFK doing your like Evos and squad battles and stuff. What was it, like 450 coins a game? Bonus objective packs you're getting along the way, squad battle rewards each week. There's a bunch of stuff like that that can just give you little coin boosts, little injections. And then more packs in the process that you could save for Team of the Year. Alright, we'll store all those. Also, too, one of the things we have been doing, which if you follow this on Pale Tools, you'll want to make sure you change back. When I have all the gold untradables and silver untradables from the Prem La Liga, Bundesliga Serie A, and League One Eredivisie, that we're not caring about at times, and I'm free to get rid of, I'll drop those. Another lib, let's go. I'll drop those from the important leagues. That way I can make a bunch of silver upgrades and gold upgrades, guilt-free and 80 plus times stews. But make sure before you go back to bronze upgrades, you add them back in. Because a lot of times I've sometimes forgot that. I'll be like 3 or 4 in. I notice I'm submitting like all Prem, all La Liga, bronze commons and bronze rares, and it's like, oh no. Oopsies. Yeah, the squad battles is harder now with the AI for sure. I've noticed that. I have to get a little bit more of a lead. 4 goals isn't safe anymore. There's times I'll cook dinner and it'll be tied when I get back. You gotta score like, no pun intended, 6 or 7. Alright, another stud card untradeable too. Dude, we're gonna have so many this week. And lib as well. I'm telling you, this Electrum pack is the best for lib and suds. The best. Wow, dude, I swear I didn't try. It just happens, man. It feels like it's dying, though. The meme is slowly dying. We got another lib there. Bunch of hyper motions, championship, Eredivisie. Cooking. Alright, it's going to be interesting, too, to see what kind of cards we're getting in the silver players packs. Got 7 more of these Electrums. Hey, Mumbo, what packs are you saving from the league upgrades? I'm saving the final one in the mixed, which is also the same pack in the premium for the Prem La Liga section, which I'm saving that one too. And then I'm saving the final one in the premium mix as well, the prime gold. Everything else we're opening. And grinding nonstop. Watch us get a random icon pull out of nowhere. And another way, too, that I view these things, because some of you guys might be hoping to get, like, lib and suds in here. anything we get is a bonus to the grind. That might sound like a stupid thing to say, or you question that, but truly, if we get gold rares, they can go into the 80 plus doubles. If we get gold commons, they can go into gold upgrades. If it's a League SBC cards, it goes back into League SBCs. If it's an off-league card, it can go into silver upgrades or more gold upgrades. If it's a off-league card and it's a nation that can be used in any of the new SBCs we got this week, it can be used for tradable and untradeable packs. Players at the end, bonus objective packs and players. Good time. It's like every pack has a purpose. How many mix you do in a day and how many premium? How many premiums I do depends on how many mix I do. I usually build up 10 to 15 premium runs through the mix. We'll usually do, right now it's hovering around 20 mix runs a day. All right. Get it lower here. Beautiful. All right, 2 more of these. Then we will recycle, boys. We'll show you what that recycle looks on Pale Tools. What it looks like on there. How about you guys? On average, how many mixed league runs do you think you're doing a day? And how many premium league runs do you think you're doing a day? I know we got some real grinders in this community. Some people are doing even more than me, which is wild. Alright, so we're good there. Let's switch over and we'll open the common gold players packs. We'll open the silver player packs on console or on Pale Tools. And then we'll build up to more gold upgrades. 80 plus times 2s. We'll see how many League SBC cards we get back. We'll also do a lib and sud count to see how we're doing there. So let's pull this real quick. Pop that. Pop that. Doing 5 to 8 mixed, 1 to 2 premium. Depends on how much time I have and how the coins are doing. 5 to 10 or 10 to 15 mixed, and then 5 to 10 premium. Let's go. W, man. All right, can you guys see this okay? So first thing we're going to do, start by seeing how many cards are on and how many in particular are for each area. Do the icon rat. All right, so we're going to put our coins on there. Put our lib sud counter on there. Sweet. We're in a really good spot. A lot of these rares and commons are tradable as well, which is a lot of liquid coins in there eventually. Okay, let's start with... We'll start with the silver players packs. Start spamming these. Got a promo card yesterday doing this, so we'll see if it pays off again. We're going to get a full dupe storage pretty soon as well. We'll have to rinse that. Lib already. Wonderful. 2 mixed leagues cards. And again, every single one of these packs, you're either getting a League SBC card or a card that's an off league that you're putting into another upgrade. So again, every pack has its purpose. Their Super League card. Pop those in. Imagine how long it'd take to open these on console. Alright, let's see how low we can get before we get full on the dupes. Can I get Daniel Ballard or Trey Hume untradeable? The Sunderland Legends. Is that possible? Imagine I get them in the same pack. That'd be cold. Actually, I can't. They're both silver rares. Do any of the Africa, Asia, Continental, Americas, do any of those cards still have value? Or have they all basically dropped in price? See, you just keep spamming through. The faster, the better. And without doing any more BPM, without doing any more buying of cards, just think of the amount of League SBC runs we could continue doing with all that we're getting. Another Inform, another 83 Inform as well. The amount of Informs on our dupe storage is going to get high as well. Informs and walkouts are going to be like half pretty soon. Alright, both dupes there. Do a hero pack to clear the dupe storage? We probably could, honestly. Alright, so once we get filled, another lib. Not as many lib and sud cards this time. Another Inform, though. So there's a full dupe storage now, 100. Look at how many Informs we have. 0 walkouts at the moment. Mainly just boards now. What I'm going to do is I'm going to take a look at the mix of stuff we have here. A lot of it's silver-related stuff. A lot of it is things we can clear relatively easily. So what I'm going to do, I'm going to start with the bronze upgrades because I know we got some bronzes untradeable in those electrums and stuff like that. So we're going to hopefully clear a lot of that dupe storage and then get into our lower-rated bronzes of off leagues. We'll work this way up to... So we see bronze rares, which should be now. Okay. That opened up basically nothing. So now we're going to drop all the top leagues besides Premier League. We'll do Premier League by hand so we don't accidentally put Sunderland cards in. We'll drop League 1, Eredivisie, La Liga, and then Bundesliga and Serie A. The reason we drop those is we're going to now do all the untradeable silvers and some more silver upgrades. Look how many we can already make. Dang, man. This is with just 10 League SBC runs, by the way. League SBC runs, and I guess BPM too. Okay, are we in full? Yep, okay, so we're full there. We now have still 66 of the silver player packs to get through. We're now down to 66 dupes. So instead of dealing with our gold upgrades right now to get these gold commons out of the way, what we're going to do is we're going to keep opening these upgrades and we're going to work our way up. So we should now have more room. We should get way less dupes this time, because all this stuff in our club that was untradeable got rinsed. And then whatever's left over, we'll put into more silver upgrades. Then all those gold commons, we'll spam those packs open, get a ton of dupes there, and then build out a crap ton of gold upgrades, which then will open on console and then make 80 plus doubles. You can see how fun this grind is, man. It's truly never ending. By the time we get to the end of that, I could probably go through and do another 5 to 10 mixed league run-throughs with just the stuff we still have in our club and the stuff we continue to pack. Then after we do another 5 to 10 run-throughs, I could probably do this whole process again a little less in terms of the amount of silver upgrades we can make, bronze upgrades, gold upgrades, 80 plus times 2s. But then we'd probably be able to do another 3 to 5 league SBC run-throughs. And then that number would slowly go down. Then we'd hit a point where we're very low and have to start restocking stuff. But in the process of doing that, think about how many final packs we'd save, how many Libin Suds untradeable we'd be getting. It'd be a really good grind. You're saving all the 80 doubles for Team of the Year? Sorry if you said, just got here. We were initially going to save gold upgrades, like 100 a week, and build that up throughout the year. But now that we got a decent repeatable that we could save, what we're doing now is gold upgrades that we make throughout the week, we'll save them for Mondays. So we'll make them usually on the weekends. And then we'll spam those open to start crafting whatever the Monday repeatable is, whether it be player picks, whether it be something like this 80 double that we can save. And then we'll try to build up a few hundred of them. So my goal is to save 200 for Team of the Year. If we get more than that, we could maybe open some, but I'd like 200. Right now we're about 50. Now, this pack in and of itself, do I think these are going to get me a Team of the Year? Probably not. It'll give me a ton of walkouts and stuff too. But now think of it from the perspective of if we get exchanges again. Imagine we get a copy and paste exchanges from either last year or the year previous where you only need one card. Any 85 plus rated now has an additional value to our grind that it didn't have before. Which makes this even better and worth saving. Okay, we are getting to the end of these. One last one. Beautiful. Okay. Now we go into more silver upgrades. Okay. We got 42 right now. Spam these. So basically rinse the base gold upgrades into the better one and save the better ones for Team of the Year. Yeah, that's one of the grinds you can do. We have kind of like the whole layout of the whole menu grind I'm doing right now in the newest video today on how we're grinding the 80 plus doubles, but there's definitely different routes people might want to take. Another inform. Dude, this is... I really like this though, that we're getting so many informed dupes. Because we're going to have to use them for something. So maybe it wouldn't be the worst idea in the world to get like 50 on there for maybe like a 82 plus times 20 during Team of the Year. But for the meantime, like for Black Friday, if there's any player SBCs I want to do or if there's anything fun on the menus, we'll be able to use those. Another Diaria, nice. Sick, dude. Alright, 12 more. Can we get all these stored before we run into a full dupe storage again? It'll be close, right? 92 already. Oh. Uh-oh. We might not make it. It might come down to the literal last pack. No, we just filled it. Okay, so now gold upgrades. Alright, we gotta refresh. But the nice thing, FootMac, of rinsing these is in the process of rinsing them, we're opening gold upgrades, so we're able to enjoy the current promo as well. It's not like we're saving everything for Team of the Year specifically, which allows us to still feel like we're grinding a ton, which we are, but also saving a ton too. It's a good balance to have. What do you sell at BPM, and do you break even? That's a complicated question because I don't think you're viewing it necessarily the way I'd want you to view it. The way I'll answer it is we have a video that goes over how we do BPM long term. I am guaranteed profit the way I do it long term. We see more coins by the end than we put in. But they're always being used for stuff too. So it doesn't always feel one-to-one. Yeah, we use BPM with club stocking to do many League SBC runs. Open the League SBC runs to make more League SBC runs to do more upgrades. Constantly spamming those for more tradable and untradable packs. Live in sud fluctuations throughout the day. Lots of League SBC cards I'll list in the evening too. Like when I'm not doing the premium, one of the things that you don't see me do that I'm still constantly doing is I'll go through like League One, I'll go through Eredivisie, I'll go through my Bundesliga, Serie A, tradables, and I'll list all these bronzes up. So that's tens of thousands of additional coins every single day we're making, probably off stream when we have an open transfer spot. All right, let's take some of our gold commons, make these daily rare gold upgrades now. Got these left over. Give us more rares. I hope we get to the point where Pale Tools allows us to put in a team we don't want to use. I know you can lock players. We can start putting in like all Prem but Sunderland. That'd be sick. All right, do we have one more we can do of these? Yes, sir. Trudeau will chuck in. Dingro, we have one of him already. LaFay will chuck in. Sick. All right. So we're out of those dailies. Let's go now to gold upgrades. So now we got a ton of stuff we can still put in. Let's clear the SBC storage real quick. Oh, I should probably not put in the mixed league cards. So we'll keep saving those. Now we're going to transition to doing some of the 80 plus times 2s because we should have a decent amount of gold rares untradable. Without even opening up these gold upgrades we started to make. But we'll open them in the meantime too. So we'll go to these. We'll open whatever we have so far. We'll continue making more while we do the 80 plus doubles. As you see, we're just rinsing things down the line. Our transfer list has stuff selling. We have more League SBC runs we can do. It's a just constant moving process. Always something we can be doing. How many bronze rares do you usually drop down to when submitting upgrades? I usually have 400 to 500 bronze rares from top leagues and or top nations that it gets down to. That never get rinsed. If we have the settings on for that. The way I have mine set is I'll put in bronze rares, but I'll start with the lowest tradable value. So it starts with all my untradables from off leagues and off nations. And then I'll build up to the lowest end gold common or bronze commons. And then from that, we'll be able to get to the low end bronze rares. And if I have to submit a few low end bronze rares, that's where I'll usually stop. Then I'll keep spamming BPM. And then when I'll decide to use a bunch of my bronze rares is either when I'm getting a bunch of bronze rares dupes, it feels like I'm being wasteful, or if new content already passed and I know I'm going to do a lot more BPM that day, I'll just sit there and put all of them into bronze upgrades and then get hundreds upon hundreds more, if not 1,000 plus. Does that make sense? Can you get any walkouts or any promo cards from these gold upgrades? I got a feeling something's going to hit. Can you get icons from gold upgrades? I can't remember. Yeah, makes sense. Tierney is won in the 93rd minute for Scotland. They're qualified for the World Cup. Let's go. Dude, this qualifying season has been insane. Wow, man. Did I miss an 84 times 2? Requires 11 common golds and 7 rares. Gives 2 tradable packs back. W, we'll have to do that as well. So add that into your daily grind if you haven't done it. Does it repeat every 24 hours then for the next week? Does that say? That's another way daily you can make some coins. Hopefully pack like a team of the week along the process or some boards and walkouts. Some lib and suds tradable. Some cool stuff like that. Turn some untradables into more coins. I will say my plan for Team of the Year, early on during Team of the Year, we'll take whatever packs we have saved and we'll start opening those. I want to try to keep as much of our streams on console as possible during Team of the Year. There will 100% be times where we need to go to Pale Tools for stuff, but we'll try to open as many packs on console as possible because I would hate to pack a Team of the Year and not see it on console walkout. Bought the game 5 days ago and I'm at 100k right now. What is the best way to make coins right now? For me, I've been doing a lot of League SBC card flipping. That's been working well. Some special card flipping as well. But 100k might be a little too low for that. Inform flipping might not be bad. Dailies into League SBCs is good. You have the 84 double that you can do daily as well for gold commons and gold rares. That could be another way of making some coins while making an untradeable pack. I'd say focus on those things. We have marquee matchups on Thursday. You could potentially get ready for that. But then also like club stock off of the supply on Thursday for marquee matchups. So depending on what's in the packs, if we get a bunch of silvers on the market, it might be a thing where you want to club stock a bunch of like meta silvers, or if you notice the Lib and Suds are down a few hundred in price, but we got League SBCs back, you might want to pick up some of those. If a bunch of golds are in packs and you notice there's a bunch of like 82 gold commons that are now discard in price, you can pick up a bunch of those, or the high-end ones that people might want to daily put into your 85 to 87 upgrades. Things like that would probably be really good for making coins. That's one of the things I really want to get into is the 85 to 87s, trading off of those. I feel like that'd be overpowered. What Team of the Year keeper do you want to pack this year? Robin Roofs, Sunderland's keeper. He's going to make it, I believe. All right, so let's remove those for now. If we did just SBC storage first for gold rares, what is it looking like currently? Decent chunk so far. Nice. Go to gold commons. This is where switching to Pale Tools would be beneficial as well. One draft early, got a tradable 5x82 Jumbo Premium Gold Pack and a 5x85 Plus. Pretty impressed with the rewards boost they did for draft this year. I feel like if you can win drafts, it's definitely worth it. But like low end, they're giving you packs that are less cards in general, so it's harder to make the coins from them. So if you can like go deep in drafts, I think it's 100% worth it. But for like the average person trying to like lose the first or second round to get those packs and keep like grinding that way, it's way less doable this year, especially with gold commons and gold rares. Past few years just being so cheap. Reed, I feel like you would be a good keeper. Fill in the goal, you know? Okay. Okay. All right, dude. Bringing this back from yesterday? All right, let's hear it. Come on, keep going. I know exactly what I'm going to get 2 people in chat for Christmas. 2 people in chat are going to get moderators next to their name. And 2 people are going to lose them at this rate. Alright, switch out the gold commons. If I wasn't SBC banned on Pale Tools right now, I'd switch to Pale Tools and be getting this done. Cool story. I think it's really cool, actually. I still haven't done the Saturday's Prime Bronze and Prime Silver, by the way. They're just low-key chilling there. There we go, another one built. And we still have, with this grind, again, we have a ton of gold commons to still put into gold upgrades. We still have gold common packs to make into open. We have 48, so we could build probably 75 to 100 today, would be my guess, by the time we're absolutely done with this grind. If I do it on console, it's going to take a few hours. Just repeat that process. So in terms of the video, I'll end it here, boys. But before we do, let me go into my club real quick and just show you, with those 10 League SBC runs, how am I still doing on League SBC cards. So we'll start with the Saudi League, Romanian Leagues. Show you what we're currently working with. And show you why this grind is so good. We got a mix of tradable, pack pulled cards, and cards we bought off the market. Still a crap ton of runs there. We didn't even get to the end of it. Romanian, what's that looking like? Ton here as well. Not as many as the Saudi, because that was the one mainly being used. Now we go to the second section, the second lowest section. We'll do Bundesliga 2 in Serie B. Serie B would be the one that we have the least, the one with the most rares. So you got plenty of pages here. Got all the silvers we still have to go through. I have a feeling we have a lot of dupes that are from there. Then Bundesliga 2. This is where we get a lot of our commons from along the way. We look at all those rares as well. So in terms of these low-end sections, we can literally just spam these non-stop, mixed with BPM, and we're good to go no matter what. It's the next sections, the Hypermotion and the League 2, and then the Championship and the MLS, where we usually restock a little bit. But still, look at how many 70 pluses I have here. You saw when I started from low to high, I still had a decent amount of bronzes, but we're getting a good mix of those two together in. Getting a lot of these in, the bronzes, the silvers, the golds. mixed together. League 2, what do we got? Same thing. Some 70 pluses. A little bit lower in terms of the silvers there, so I'll have to restock those eventually. But a lot of high-end bronzes we'll be able to submit to. So we're doing good there. Still have more bronzes we could get to. MLSs, how am I doing on MLS golds? That's the real question. I still have a crap ton of MLS golds. And it looks like most of these are even pack pulled. On the low end. Or even throughout this. We have some definitely that we bought. But we're getting a lot of first owner ones too. So we don't even need to necessarily buy the MLS golds. We could just use untradables. And then once we eventually run out of untradables, then buy more. So we still have a decent amount of 70 pluses still here. A lot of silver rares that are going to be a little bit lower end that if we put in another gold common, we could definitely get away with using. But the one I still think we have a crap ton of silver rares and silver commons is the championship. This one we still have a decent amount of golds too. That's wonderful. But look at all these silver rares. Both tradable that we put into the club and then pack pulled tradables and untradables. Tons still to go through. So we have plenty of League SBC runs. I could not touch this at all and probably do another 5 to 10 easily. But I think that League 2 and the Hypermotion would be the one that I need to club stock for 150, 200 on a bunch of 70 pluses to make sure we're still good. But yeah, if you did enjoy that, do me a favor, smack the like button, subscribe if you're new. That was what it looks like to mix our menu grind on console and Pale Tools together for like a simple day-to-day. We made the video yesterday on how I'd grind the 80 plus doubles. This is what it looks like in real time with kind of the time in that. The time I put into Pale Tools beforehand to make the 9 League SBC runs before we started with that 10th one on video was like 10 minutes of just putting the SBC in, clicking, submitting for 4 squads, doing that 9 times each. All right, take it easy, guys. It's been your boy MumboElite, and I'm out. God bless.